sorry. Everything's fine.
You need to go to bed.
Okay, good night. Welcome to my parents' house. Let's use our inside voices. Sometimes my mom just hangs around to make sure I make good choices. Hit it! Welcome to my parents' house. Welcome to my parents' house. Parents' house. Welcome to my parents' house. Parents' house. Dad, I'm supposed to have the downstairs to myself tonight. Parents' house. Get out of here! I said I'm on a date. Parents' house. You always do this when it's same company over. Parents' house. And you ate all the ham in the fridge and you said you wouldn't. Parents' house. Yes, it's a girl. Whatever. Parents' house.
I would run off to far-off places, leaving behind these worn-out faces, and go every place that there is to go, as long as it meant that I could hold you. There's no way that I would stop chasing after you for miles and miles. Close the distance, I'll be there soon to meet you. Boarding on planes and trains set to anywhere. Miles mean nothing as long as I can see you there. Counting down the hours until we meet again. Nearly there, I'm nearly there.
I mean, you can if you want. Speaking of the stream, I have to put everybody on.
It would help with the viewer average.
Yeah. I have to do the reactive image for Briley in a sec, but first I gotta go get y'all's solo links for the thing. I know, I am just the best. There she is. There you are. You're
We're all
here.
under the desk. I'm no longer under the desk.
Oh, thanks for the follow, sis. I
realized I wasn't following already.
It's okay.
Probably following the old one.
Yeah, the old one.
The new one, because someone forgot the password.
No, I couldn't stream because the streamer
yeah, it was
key.
the stream key.
Yeah, the stream key just did not want to exist at all.
Stream key broke.
Yeah, the stream key broke, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with the stream key? And
Who's the one calling the sound effects? Because you're on point.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the moment. Like, I can see what's going to be coming up, and I just wait for the moment.
alright, well, you're on the screen now, bro. Where is it?
There's the squirrel.
Oh, no. We need... There you are. There. And then...
You know those shelves you have in your background?
Yes?
I unironically have one IRL, and
Oh
I
my-
keep a bunch of market kits on it.
My god. Oh god, she doesn't exist. Only half of her body is shown. Oh no.
What
Okay,
the fuck?
Oh yeah, I actually would need to export it first.
So I have a home server. I have a
Okay.
home
As we all.
server rack, actually. I have a 24U server rack that I got from someone a long time ago. I drove all the way to Oceanside, California, which is like really like several hours away from me. Several hours away from me. It was a long ass drive, but it was so cheap for that plus servers plus a storage array. It was like $300. So I was like, usually just the rack itself is $300.
I
Plus
like-
the servers as well.
I like how it looks like you're trying to hack into the mainframe with all those buttons below you.
I know. Oh wait, I can remove that. But I don't know how. It ends up affecting your stuff, doesn't it? When I do this.
When you put it on that, yes, but if you turn it back just to gray and then get rid of that
Oh
bottom
yeah, I
thing.
remember. Now I need to do that. I need to do that again.
Yeah.
The
you
reason
could
why
do that.
I had changed that is
For your own personal stream.
yeah, because as you can see, my mouth was doing weird stuff, and it was actually doing something that was kind of creeping out my viewers, which is my mouth was moving without me saying a word. So
And let that
I don't know what
happen.
happens with VC Face that way, but that's what was happening.
Let it
It do be
consume you.
like that sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was creeping out my viewers, and like, well, the one viewer I had. I say my
That
viewers,
one
it's
person.
one person that ends up showing up.
His name is
Uh,
David.
His name is Nightbot. Nightbot was
Oh.
very freaked out by it.
Yeah, his name is David. I don't know what world
Well,
you're in.
David,
You
Yeah. Alright, anyway, today, as the title suggests, mainly because my girlfriend gave me the idea, this is No Weed on the Thursday. So basically, we're gonna share our own personal experiences that we've either seen our friends have or us personally, the effects of the weed, the ganja, the marriage of Mitch.
The marriage of once.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna share our own personal stories of weed in general, like our own personal thoughts on it if we haven't done weed.
Ah, okay.
And you can also speculate if you haven't intaken weed. You can also try and speculate the effects of marijuana before we even say the effects of marijuana.
And I will tell you if you are correct or not.
Yes. Sis will always would let you know.
I will wait until the end because my story is very boring, like most.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some people can find it less entertaining since it wasn't them who actually experienced it. That's the thing with stories.
Well,
As
yeah.
I'm not a good storyteller either. They tend to be boring.
Well, I mean, I don't really mind. That's okay. If you don't have a story, you could still try and speculate what the fuck weed does to you.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
have a story because I know what it does. It's just not that interesting.
Well,
Yeah,
you
that's okay,
see,
that does happen.
well, you see, I went onto the moon and smoked some of that ganja.
Yes, as always.
Yeah. We'll start with the guest. Would you like to start?
What,
us?
me?
Yes, you.
Yeah, sure.
Who
I
else?
don't know who's actually a co-host and who's a guest.
Okay, all three of us are co-hosts.
Yes.
Well, I'm a host.
Oh. Oh, okay.
I'm a host. Charlie's a host. Matt is a host.
Yes.
Host club.
Host with the most.
Host club.
But related to each other, we are co-hosts. It's a very odd polycule.
Yes.
Well, as long as you're happy, that's the important thing.
I'm never happy.
Yes, it is.
Well, so for those who don't know me, I go by Mistress Briley. I'm a YouTube commentator about VTubers, and I really, really like weed.
Yay!
The longest I've gone without smoking was without smoking weed was like a month. And that was because I had gotten too high at one point and like stumbled my way home. My roommates at the time were like, "Where the fuck have you been?" And all I could manage to say was, friend, college, weed. And I just passed out.
A friend college we.
That's all they ever knew until I woke up and told them the full story.
Lol.
Those are the best. Yes.
Yeah, those
But
always
yeah,
are
after
the
that
best.
like month-long break from I don't know, that was like 9 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've been pretty dedicated to weed since.
Ever since the bombs fell in the war.
Yes.
Yeah, from the long, long ago, the before four time.
We're gonna resize the TV. Boop. Put it right there. Sorry. Uh, for me, for me, I haven't had too much, EXP points put into weed, if that makes sense.
That does
Um,
make sense, absolutely.
but, but, there we go, that's better. Like our little weed guy on the TV.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weedy.
Yeah,
So
that's
good for
Weedy. That's our
weed.
boy.
Weedy, yes.
Yeah, whenever it's like a no weed whatever day, we're gonna put Weedy up there. Anyway, I haven't had too much EXP with weed. I will occasionally take hits if I want to, but I primarily just do the edibles.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what a lot of people end up doing
Yeah.
because smoke, whether it's weed or anything else, smoke going into the lungs is not necessarily a great health.
Yeah.
thing.
You put the lime in the coconut.
Yes.
And you smoke a bowl up.
But yeah, the only thing I can say for my experience was the first
It made you
time.
hiccup.
No, was the first time I ever had like any form of weed, which was an edible. I had a little edible, and I'm gonna let you guys take a wild guess on how old I was when I had my first edible.
14.
No,
4.5.
no.
12.
What's this?
12.
No, I was 9.
Oh shit, I was close. What did I win?
You win one singular hug from me.
So nothing.
Or you can get a
Someone else
reroll.
can-
You can get a reroll. Roll for initiative.
Yes.
No, but so the first time I had the weeds, which was an edible, I remember this day so clearly because all I remember was eating a brownie and sitting down and watching Courage the Cowardly Dog.
That whole cartoon is a trip. Don't
Oh
even get me
right,
started on
right.
Courage the
It's
Cowardly Dog.
such a trip, but it's so good at the same time.
Real quick. Once you understand the actual premise behind the thing, everything, all the trippiness, all the fever dreams, all the seemingly drug related things make sense. This is all on, through the eyes of a very, very anxious dog. So people visiting are invaders. People, maybe a friend taking, Muriel or whatever to go into the doctors or something. Is someone trying to abduct their owner? You know, that type of thing. It could be the postal guy. It could be some other dude. A dog will create so many enemies in its head, and that's what it's trying to show you. From what I gathered, that's what it's trying to show you. Basically, all that crap, all those crazy like pyramid, like Tutankhamun things that would happen. It's
Mhm.
just the weird imagination of a very freaked out dog and kind of giving you a dog's eye view of everything that would happen, like everything that your dog would see.
So
But very, very creepy. I mean, it was meant for kids, for God's sakes, and that was the weird part.
so fuck it. It was still good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when you think about Ren and Stimpy, who really
Yeah.
started that whole kind of thing, yeah, it makes sense.
Excuse me.
I mean, you are doing a little bit of the puff puff pass, sis. So I generally do not
Yes.
care. Did you just switch your shirt, Charlie?
What are you talking about?
Never mind.
Oh yeah. Now it's we're gonna get a copyright strike because of your shirt.
I've worn this shirt all day.
Yeah, Alex.
What are you talking? Anyway, so back to me. The first time I had weed, I was around 9, and so some of you, one of you might know this story because I've said it before. But for those who haven't, here's how it goes down. I'm upstairs playing one of my favorite games at the time, Luigi's Mansion. So I'm playing that upstairs in my room on my beanbag, just like hell yeah.
Nice.
I'm just playing it, beating it for like the 43rd time, you know? And I go downstairs. Well, my sister goes upstairs to the bathroom to get ready, to get all, all dolled up for her,
All dolled up.
yeah, for her, for the party she was going to go to that a friend was holding.
Oh. You mean your friend was holding your weed? Why?
No,
Or
no,
were they like cupping your balls? I don't know.
no. So, my sister's in the bathroom, and she hears me go downstairs. She doesn't do anything because she's kind of busy putting on her emo eyeliner.
That is a thing. That is a thing that does happen.
Yep. So anyway, she puts on her little eyeliner, and I go downstairs. I'm like, man, I'm hungry. I'm gonna make something to eat. And I already had all my like ingredients to make my sandwich that I was gonna make. But then I see this plate of brownies, and I turn into Scooby from Scooby Doo, the first live action movie, where it's a bag of hamburgers, and he's like, "Thank you." Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Come on.
They were potheads. They were the potheads of the
Well,
group.
hell yeah. Anyway, so I see him in my mind. I'm like, "Thank you," and I'm like, "Oh wait, the only people that are here right now are me and my sister, because my mom was out shopping with her sister, aka my aunt. So so I'm like, I don't wanna take the plunge and eat these brownies. So I take the whole thing, like I take a square, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. If I die, I die.
Yeah.
I eat it, and I'm like, this kind of tastes weird, but hey, it's Gabby's first time, my sister. It's her first time making
It's kind
something
of
with.
minty.
No. It I don't know what it tasted like, but it was my sister's first time making something without burning it.
It was your first time tasting weed, so you were like, "This tastes like weed."
No,
Did it have plant matter in it, or was it like oil? If you happen to remember.
I don't remember because I wasn't down there with her.
Hopefully, it
Oh,
was
okay.
oils. Hopefully, it was oils.
It was
Those are the easier ones to work with,
Well,
so that probably makes
with
sense.
with the oils, you don't get the smell in the place, but I don't think it really affects the taste that much. If you're using actual plant matter, then it does actually start to affect the taste.
Well, no, what I mean is my sister's not an expert baker. That's why I said it tasted weird. It wasn't the weed
Oh,
that made
so
it
she
taste
But
weird.
like
My
but she
pot
makes
of
the
water
best.
on fire.
Yeah, but she makes the best blue glass.
Yeah, exactly. You're talking to like the girl, my sister. You're talking to about somebody who, when making like a little Tostino's pizza, like the plastic that's on it. Yeah, she'll forget to take that off.
Oh, nice.
The entire piece of plastic.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
I've forgotten the cardboard under it, but like
Nah, she
I'm
forgets the
a
whole.
responsible children.
She forgets the whole ass plastic. She forgets everything.
Damn.
Yeah, she forgets the whole thing. Anyway, that's why I said it tasted weird because it's her first time making something without burning it. She's like the type of she's the comical type of person that would burn water.
Ah.
That tracks.
Yeah. Anyway,
I believe
so well, duh. If you guys met her, you'd be like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But so I eat one, and I'm like, this tastes weird, but whatever. It's her first time making something, and my sister comes down the stairs, sees me eat one, and then she rushes over to me And I'm like, did I do something wrong? If I wasn't supposed to eat these brownies, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to not eat the brownies.
Like, here, have 5 more.
Yeah. I'm sorry. And she just goes, no, you're good. And then she,
Well, you're not good.
well, yeah, of
You're
course
you're
I'm
gonna have
not.
some interesting experiences.
I'm gonna have an interesting experience. Yes.
Yes, you are.
So what happens is I go. She literally like walks me to the couch in the living room, gets me a bottle of water, and sits me down on the couch and puts on Courage the Cowardly Dog.
You know what she was
And
doing.
yeah, she knew what she was doing because she knows that I will be going on my own adventure.
Yeah, your bags are already packed at that point.
Yeah, my bags are already packed. like in Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I hope you packed your bags, kid, cause you're about to go on a trip. But yeah, so
Get jokes.
a picture again. I am now slumped like the comical like weed stoner dude slumped in like the fucking couch. I'm slumped in the couch, and I'm like, sis, I feel like I'm gonna like fucking vomit or something. I don't like it.
Oh yeah. It was
Stra-
too much for your body.
stranger danger, stranger danger. But so she goes, okay, here we go. She like puts her hand on my shoulder, and she goes, hey Alex, you good? And I'm just like, nah. I'm like cue like the dial-up noises for connecting to the internet. I'm like so slow in responding to my sister.
Like, bro, you're not yourself when you're high.
But then she like apparently I was so slow. She goes no. She like forgets her question that she asked me earlier. She then says, "Alex, how high are you?" I'm like, "Nah, sis, it's high.
So how
How
did I
are
touch the
you?"
sky?
No, I was like,
I'm
"Hi,
sorry,
how
no
are you?"
fucking way you said that.
Yeah, little me? Hell yeah, of course I said it.
That's amazing.
It's little me, the most completely sarcastic motherfucker in the world. But
That's great.
yeah, I mean, it was the first time I had the weeds, and all I remember after that is my sister literally holding me back to prevent me to go eating more of the brownies.
And brownies are good
'Cause-
whether they have weed in them or not.
Well, yeah, and plus, when you're high, you get the munchies sometimes, and then you
Yes.
will eat whatever's in front of you. And if it's brownies, you just keep eating brownies over and over.
Very true.
Yes, as you're consuming one right now.
That is what I do, and I don't even get high like that.
Yeah, I know. All you have to do to get high is walk up the stairs.
Yes.
True.
But yeah, that
Actually,
was
I live in Washington State, so I can get high very easily.
yeah. But that's my first weed experience. You know, like the very first time I intaked anything involving the weeds. It was fun. It
So
was
next is the goblin experience, right?
yeah, it was fun looking back on it, but back then when in the moment I'm all like, "Oh shit." You know? I'm like,
Yes,
"Oh, like,
absolutely.
oh fuck."
I do understand
Yeah.
that whole
Yeah.
situation.
I'm like, "Oh shit."
So who's next?
I turn into like
I'll go next.
yeah, go next,
go
go
ahead.
next.
Go ahead.
So,
Ha ha
my
ha
first
ha.
time was boring because it
Oh.
was just me and a couple friends like sharing a joint, and nothing really happened. But my most recent time was way better because it started out with me taking a couple gummies because I was
Mhm.
over at. So I have family that lives across the state, and I also have family that lives down in California. And when my family that comes down in California comes up, they buy weed. So I think it's cheaper here than down there, but whatever. So they buy a few gummies and a few vapes. So I take 2 gummies, and we regularly pass around the vape. So we meet up with my other family at like this Mongolian grill or something, and just I load up my plate with food. I start eating. I start the night off saying I don't think I'm that hungry. Eat the entire large plate of food. And about halfway through, I start feeling a fuzzy feeling around my head. That's when I realized I was really fucking high. So
Hell
I just kind
yeah.
of leaned back and just basked in the glow of being super fucking high. And that was nice.
Mm,
Those are always nice. Yes.
yeah. I
Now,
will-
I mean, what?
oh no, what you're gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I think most people have those type of experiences when they're high, like especially if they go low dose first, or at least like the smoking, they will probably just slowly ease into it. But if you go into the edibles before you're ready for edibles, in fact, even if you've been smoking for your whole life, if you eat edibles, it can hit you different. It's gonna hit you at a different time. It's gonna hit you for longer because it's going through your digestive system at that point
Yeah.
and into your bloodstream and all that kind of stuff. Instead of taking the direct hit from your lungs, which will it'll take lower doses of it, but it will take it in and it will concentrate a little bit quicker in the sense that your head high will start a lot quicker. I've had both. I've had for me, first time I remember being high was in my 20s. I drank a lot more than being high, and then I was like, I can have the feeling of being drunk, but when I'm high instead, and it's just not as expensive and it doesn't have the after effects. It didn't seem like, at least, except for cottonmouth. Sometimes you still get that. You still get those kind of fun things.
Well,
But
but wait, I thought you said you were afraid of heights.
well, I mean, weed. Well, on the lower doses, weed lowers your anxiety too, so you don't even have to worry about those heights at that point.
Oh. Wait.
Now, why I added the caveat of at lower doses is that at higher doses, holy crap, it can do it. THC can do some interesting things. I'm
Oh,
not gonna
yeah.
say amazing because some of them are really not amazing.
Mhm.
Like for example, I had too much of I had. Like I said in the beginning, I had the regular smoking, and then I started using a vaporizer, like an actual big like medical vaporizer, not like those tiny little vape pens that people use now. I actually had a vaporizer at home. My brother had it actually at home, and
I
then
like I like how the
it would be yeah. Well, go ahead.
I like how the word vaporizer just literally sounds like you're grabbing a weapon and vaporizing somebody.
Yeah, and the ones that my elder brother used was the ones that you blow up a bag basically with the vaporized smoke or whatever vaporization that happens, and then you inhale what's in the bag. Um, it's an interesting look, but that's exactly what happens. So first I tried the joints, and the joints were it hits you lower. The vaporizer hits you more because it's way more concentrated. It's a lot less wasted, and you don't have smoke instead. You don't have smoke. It's more like just vapor, So it's less smoke, but it can be more concentrated because of the way it's done. Uh, and then I moved on to trying edibles. But what I did is I tried edibles that cancer patients use. And those are ones that you should not try if you're a first timer with edibles,
Too late.
or if you're used to low doses. You should never try those.
Too late. I'm doing it
Well,
right now.
I mean, you can,
And
but
if you've never had weed before and you're trying edibles, if somebody tells you to take something, you take half.
Yeah, or like a
I,
small corner piece.
I recommend if someone tells you it's like gives you a piece of edibles like candy or whatever, if it's something that can be bitten off, a quarter of what they're giving you to start,
Yeah.
and then wait a half hour because edibles are not immediate. Edibles will never be immediate because of the fact that it has to be digested, it has to be broken up, and then it goes into the bloodstream. So it's going to be 30 minutes to an hour before you feel, depending on your system, it can be up to 30 minutes before you feel anything. I didn't know that. And I was like, okay, it's been 30 minutes. I hardly feel anything. And I'd had one piece of chocolate. And what I didn't know is that one piece of chocolate was enough for a person who's in like severe pain and whatever and has built up a resistance to it. That's enough to get them high for the rest of the night. I didn't know that. And I had the whole freaking bar at the end of the thing. So that wasn't good because that was a higher level THC. And it had some CBD in there to kind of balance it off, but that was a higher level THC. And for those who know anything about THC, THC at high levels can actually be psychedelic. It can actually cause like you to see things. It can cause that type of effect when it's just when it's just pure THC and very little CBD to no CBD, because CBD it counteracts that. So I didn't know that, and I was seeing. Not besides seeing things, my anxiety went through the roof to the point where I was like, I went to sleep. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sleep this off. Hopefully, I'll be able to sleep this off because I'm feeling extremely high, way higher than I normally am. So I went to sleep. Everything was fine until like an hour and a half or two later. I woke up in like panic, like extreme panic. Like my brain had convinced me that I wasn't breathing. My brain had convinced me that I was having trouble breathing and that I was gonna die. Um, but I was able to unpsych myself out by saying, by telling myself and making it go through my head, if you are awake and aware,
Mhm.
you're breathing enough. You're getting enough oxygen, even though you're not thinking you are. If you haven't passed out yet, you're good. And I had to keep reminding myself that for like a good half hour. All of that to say, don't. If you're going to try edibles, make sure to go for and pre-made edibles, not edibles you make at home, but pre-made edibles are preferable if it's going to be your first time doing any edible stuff.
Yeah.
Get the lower doses. They go by milligrams. Get like 10 milligrams, to start off or whatever. Mine was like 100 milligrams or 200 milligrams, I think, or something like that. It was in the hundreds of milligrams of THC. And the reason why I say go for pre-made edibles is that's one way you can 100% make sure that the purity's there, that they've gone through all the food safe methods, etc. You can try it yourself, but depending on your state, you may not actually be able to get a hold of legally good, safe weed.
And what do
Especially
you?
nowadays that they put fentanyl and all this other shit in your weed. They've always been, you've always run the risk of, when you buy it from a dealer, you've always run the risk of having it cut with something, of having it, something added to it. But even more so now. Like, there were times when I've knew friends who would have, like, they would put a little bit of rat poison in it, like a slow, very, very, very low dose where it will not cause anything, but it'll cause a bit of a head rush because they wanted it to be quote unquote stronger. So
Well,
yeah,
that's a.
that's one of the risks you run.
Well,
If you
they're
just,
they're a fool. So.
oh yeah, they're stupid.
It's
But even
not
nowadays, you have
really
people
fair
cut it with
you're a
fentanyl.
stoner if you haven't smoked out of a gas can.
True. Nowadays, like they cut it with fentanyl. They cut it with like, I mean, I've known people to cut it with oxy. Add that kind of stuff in there.
Yo,
And I'm like,
oxygen, hell yeah.
Jesus, it's that's why luckily a lot of places have recreational marijuana that is legal, which is good because I mean it does cut into what dealers can make, but it also will ensure that you have a safe supply.
Mhm.
It's like in
Yeah,
California.
I think
Go
they
ahead.
decriminalized across the board.
Yeah. For example, the state that I live in, California, it has been since 1991 or something. It had been legal for medicinal use. In the 90s, because California voters tend to be more progressive. California, they put it up as a proposition. California voters decided in the 90s, yes, cancer patients and other people who medically need this to at least be able to have a peaceful life, a less pain-filled life. Yes, we want to give them that under the direction of a doctor, etc. And then I think a couple of years ago was made recreationally legal. Like around COVID time, or maybe a little bit before COVID time, was made recreationally legal, which basically means I can get it from a dispensary whenever I want. Of course, a certain amount. I can't just freaking go and get like 5 pounds of weed. I can't do that. But I can get a certain amount, and I can also, I think, recreationally grow 1 or 2 plants at home, and I'll be fine. Now, here's the thing a lot of people don't
California
understand. Real quick,
girls.
because I don't want to bore people, but one thing that people don't understand, in your state, it could be legal, but the feds will fuck you up. The feds will wreck you because it is not federally legal yet. So if you get like an FBI or you get ATF or you get anything like that around you, because you live in the hood and that happens, they'll fuck you up. they'll go 100% hard ass on you. They don't care about what the state does. The Fed does their own thing,
Yeah,
and they will look for the full
like
extent of the law.
I think it's like 100 miles within the border of the
Yeah,
states. You can even deal with the federal state trooper or like the border guard.
the border patrol, yes. Um, if and which is stupid. This is going on a whole nother tangent, so I'm just gonna say really really shortly. Um, yes, in the state of California and a lot of the border states, you go up to 100 miles in, you're gonna hit border guards. You're gonna hit border crossing type things. You're gonna hit little stations, border patrol stations. You could be like hours into your drive into it, like Arizona or something, and you'll hit a border patrol station. You're like, where the fuck is the border? Was back there. It's nowhere near here. But what they want is technically what they're trying to do is if anyone got past the border patrol, which people do every day, they may possibly be caught in there.
No, they won't. You're lying.
I mean, they don't. It doesn't do anything, but I mean, the Republicans have to feel like they're doing something, I guess. Because honestly, it doesn't do anything. Believe me.
Well, what the war does is let them persecute minorities easier.
Oh yeah, I have been searched. I have been patted down. I'm a minority, by the way. I'm Latino, so I have been patted down. I've been searched. I've had my car searched in trips to those areas. I am a U.S. citizen, and I know that I don't have to produce papers unless they expect me that I have committed a crime. Um, so they since they have the authority there, it's basically it's their house. When I don't produce papers for them, they decide to go all out, and they even detain me for a little bit. I think I was detained for like 30 minutes one time in
That-
their border patrol station, not letting me leave until they figured out. They looked at my car, then they looked at the photo that they had of me on my because they can look it up all that stuff.
yeah.
They looked up my passport, and they were like, okay, you look like your passport, so this is you, and then they let me go.
Yeah, there was one time I got patted down. I'm not a minority. It's just because I was wearing a bunch of emo shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay, so there was one time when I was going into my high school that I got patted down because they thought I was carrying a weapon.
Let's see. Weapons. It depending on the school you go to, they don't even care anymore.
Yeah, I mean the
They're
one.
just like, you probably are carrying a weapon, but so is he, so you can protect yourself.
Well, the one I was in, they cared because they just want to make sure everyone's safe. But why me particularly? Like all these other emo fucks you let walk by, but then when I walk by with just the Metallica shirt I have on right now, and some black pants and boots, and a backpack that has the school laptop in it.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes you just have to know the right people. Because
True.
at school I didn't get mistreated, but by the feds I have, of course.
Yeah, of course you have. Who
course.
hasn't?
Because like I knew people. I was never a snitch because fuck, dude, snitches get stitches. Even in high school, snitches get stitches.
Yeah,
Especially in the high schools I went to.
yeah. Don't be a sneaky snitch, bro. Don't be that.
Nope. Or a
That-
narc.
Yeah,
Don't be a snitch or a narc. You're gonna get hurt.
I was planning to get on my futon and get super high. Don't tell your dad, though. Don't be a narc.
Don't be a narc.
But yeah, the amount of times I've gotten detained either by like the security personnel or
Yeah.
an actual full-fledged cop is way more than I need it. Cause
Go ahead.
yeah, cause there's been times I've gotten detained at fucking Walmart because they thought I was fucking stealing something when all I bought was a bottle of shampoo.
Oh goodness gracious.
I'm not
I
joking.
get followed everywhere. It's one of the things that happens when you go into the more rural areas
Yeah,
of the world.
yeah,
You get you get followed because I mean, I don't like it. I can understand from as long as it's not for a racist reason, which a lot of times it is. But sometimes it's just hey, they are in a minority majority area,
yeah, yeah,
and they have had a lot of thefts. And then they have to deal with it. But in some cases, they just look at you and they're just like, "Yep, you're gonna steal something." And I'm like, you assholes.
Pretty
But
much, like
luckily,
you're like, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, you're like, bro.
Luckily, when it happens, a lot of times they're dumb because it's in a place that has corporate, and
Mm-hmm.
when it has corporate, you just call corporate, and then you get like if you're like me and you can really create a stink, and you tell them, I can even go to a TV station to because it wasn't just one person who followed me, it was several, and you guys harassed me and blah blah blah. You tell them that you'll get you can it doesn't help, but I've gotten like gift cards and stuff to just shut up.
Yeah, there
It
was.
doesn't help because being harassed is being harassed. It's still freaking annoying, and it's still freaking it's tiring having that happen to you a lot.
Yeah,
It
there.
just gets tiring.
Yeah, it gets tiring. There was this one time when I got followed in a Walmart, but the person that was following me really sucked at their job.
Oof.
Cause like literally, I was looking at some socks and whatnot for myself. I was, I'm trying to splurge.
That was your mistake. You were buying something for me, for you.
For me, for you.
For me, you bought something for me. You didn't even know me. You already bought something for me.
Yeah, sure,
That
totally.
was your mistake. You were buying stuff for you.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mads is into socks, confirmed.
Yes.
Yeah. But so basically, so I'm looking at the socks, trying to find the right like size for me because like gotta find the right size or I'll fucking suffocate and die.
Yeah. Because that's the best way to smoke weed, through socks.
Yep. Anyway.
That's stored because I thought it would conceal the smell.
Yes. I've had people do that through apples. I've had people do that through dryer sheets. Blow
my
the smoke
God.
through a dryer sheet. That's what they've done to supposedly mask the smell. It doesn't. It just makes it just mixes the smell of dryer sheet with the smell of weed. That's all it does.
I mean, yeah. But so this fucking employee at Walmart was tailing me
Wait,
because they thought I was gonna
they
steal.
were going after your tail? That's an interesting
I
thing.
mean, I have a tail, but I don't really pop it out every once in a while. But anyway,
I mean,
Show,
I've
show
been
us some
known to see
tail.
a tail.
yeah. But so this person was just following me around. It got to the point to when I got to the electronics department that I literally just like stopped in the middle of the walkway, like not
Yeah.
in the middle of everybody walking, but I stopped in the center so people can like go around me and shit.
Yeah.
And all I said out loud was, if you're gonna tail me or follow me around because you think I am going to steal something, you're really terrible at your job, my guy.
True.
And
I
he
mean, that
and
makes sense.
and this guy was so stupid that he was like, no. He just said no. He's like, no, I'm great at my job. And he's like, oh shit. It's like, I turn around and I see him like, oh my god, you're such a fucking idiot. Like, don't respond, you dumbass, because that way you can upgrade your sneak by putting in the skill point. But yeah, it was funny because like his boss, like that just got off of break, just walked out of his office and witnessed that whole thing, and I just saw him off in the distance, kind of chuckling to himself. Like he was all like doing that chuckle, like, "Oh, I can't laugh because it'll embarrass the person if I do." It was funny.
I see.
Yeah. But yeah, like getting followed or detained is not really ideal, especially over false pretenses.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
certainly
it's never fun.
the ideal.
No, it's not. I mean, Charlie gets detained all the time. They're detained right now since they're exiled from their home planet.
Holy shit. Of course, always.
How is it being detained?
Huh?
Yeah, it's kind of like the opposite.
Well, you were detained technically by the science committee that sucked at their job. Then your home planet, the Goblin tribe, was like, nah, brah, see you later.
One
They're
way
like,
to know you're being
"Aw."
detained is just scream, "I'm being kidnapped," and the police will tell you you're being detained instead of being kidnapped.
I appreciate your attempt to remember my backstory.
I mean, I wasn't trying to remember it by detail. I was just trying to poke fun at like.
Wait, is that your tsundere? Are you trying to be tsundere now? I wasn't trying to remember it, stupid.
No, I was just trying to poke fun at it.
Alex has always been tsundere.
No, I have not.
No, I have not, Baka.
Well, first of
Okay.
all,
You know,
fir- fir-
twisting his foot into the ground, into the soil.
well, first of all, I would never say the word baka. Secondly,
You're right. It would be Babaka.
yeah,
Obake,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. No. It would be Obake from Phasmophobia.
Of course.
Yeah. I'd be like, shut up, you Obake. Oh, Mad's asleep. Mad has fallen
What?
asleep. Oh,
Yes, I was.
I was dozing off. Don't mind me. I was dozing.
Dozing off.
I was.
Narcolepsy's a bitch.
I was dozing without the snoozing, bro. You don't understand.
Now on a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Last night, crack cocaine.
Wait, what? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Maybe I should clear that up. What I mean is that last night when I was dreaming, for whatever reason, the mind comes up with some weird things, and I was like everyone else was smoking weed, and for some reason, no wait, I was at a neighbor's place. I remember it was a neighbor's place, neighbors that I know very well, and it was kind of like a party thing, and for some reason I was given cocaine, and I tried it. And
Mhm.
weird shit went on. It was, instead of being like a cocaine trip, it was more like an LSD trip or an acid trip. But my body was like, okay, cocaine makes you do stuff, so cocaine, let's do this now. And now we're demonetized. Okay, good.
Yay!
40
Wait,
late.
we were monetized since when? When did we have a
Since when were
sponsor?
we monetized?
Yeah, since
Well,
when
if
did
there
we
were
have?
ever- If there was ever a
When-
chance, this one is gonna be demonetized.
If I could choose a sponsor, I would love, and you guys have heard me say this before, I would love to have an Adam and Eve sponsorship.
Raid Shadow Legends, the dildo.
Bad Dragon.
Bad Dragon. Hey yo, any of these companies, like if you wanna, I mean.
Yeah. If that would
We
be,
will have dildo sword fights on stream.
I would not mind being the first VTuber to be sponsored like by one of those sex toy makers. It'd just be hilarious.
Well, I mean, you're not
they-
the first, because Melody, Project Melody gets
Well,
sponsored by them a lot.
Well, the thing is, I'm pretty sure. Well, everybody knows what she started out as.
Well,
like-
duh.
Yeah,
She
man,
started
that's
off.
how
She started off as a small little AI bitch, and then grew up to be the horny one we know today.
you skipped a step. Pretty much, she got her whole thing. She got everything done by a dude. It was a guy that we know it's a guy because he did some shit later on that was really asshole of himself to do. But
You
she
mean-
started out on Chatterbait. That's where she started her first streams. Her first streams ever were on Chatterbait. So she was a cam girl before she became a VTuber.
Hell
Hell yeah,
yeah.
take that
Yo, so
back.
what you're saying is,
Before she
I
was an official YouTuber.
Yeah, before she ever went onto the Twitch side, she was a cam girl in on Chatterbait. That was her first ever stream. She did streams there, and that got her banned from Twitch originally because of the fact she still did her Chatterbait streams, and she still does, I think. Because I was always a part of her that she was like, I'm not gonna stop doing this shit. It's what got me here. I have a lot of fans that are still there. I'm not gonna stop. She gets money, so who cares?
Get
You
that
know, she
bag.
good.
Get that bag.
Exactly. She's and then she's a grown woman. She can decide whatever the hell she wants. And Twitch was like, you know what? You're getting us money, so we're kind of not caring anymore. We don't care about the fact that you're on this app anymore. We just, you get us money, and that's all we really care about. So this is what we're gonna do. And what ended up happening with her, unfortunately, is the person who made her stuff and everything.
mm-hmm.
She paid them. She paid them what they requested. She put it, luckily for her, she had the receipts for it. like she had like, oh, you like the messages back and forth, and I think she had it written up and stuff like that, where it was like I can now use it commercially for whatever I want. She made sure to have that written on there, so luckily she didn't get screwed fully. He tried though. He was like, "Oh, I never said that you could do it as a chatterbait thing. You didn't pay me enough." Basically, since she was now making a lot of money, I think she originally paid him like $500 or something like that. But since she was now making a lot of money, he asked for like $5,000 or something like that for her, because that's what, you know, it is. That's the going rate for it now. But that was stupid, and
Yeah,
he lost
yeah.
because
Yeah, fuck off, dude. You got paid back when you got paid the value it was worth back then. It has
exactly,
since grown, but that's kind of what art does over time and with popularity.
exactly.
I
And instead of being smart, sorry to interrupt if I'm interrupting
No,
you,
it's
buddy,
okay.
but
Go.
instead of being smart and being like, yes, I did Project Melody. This was something that I did. I'm very proud of my work. I'm proud of what she's doing. If anyone else needs work, hit me up, type of thing. Which you can still do. I mean, it's technically still, as an artist, as the artist, the dad or the mom of it, you can use it for your stuff too, except not
Yeah,
commercially. You can
in
be
your
like, hey, this is what I do.
portfolio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
As
that's what most people do. Like
Yeah.
99% of people do that. But a dumbass like him, he lost out of a lot of money, because I'm sure there would have been people going and being like, "Oh shit, you did Project Melody? You did really well. I want something from you." Instead of that, now he has the stigma of being the evil dude who tried to extort money out of Project Melody.
Yeah. There's only one thing I have to say to that.
What? Of course.
Anybody get that like codename Kids Next Door reference? By the way, that is a sound on the podcast Discord.
And
Awesome.
what is cool, real quick, just the last thing
Go
I'll say,
on,
what's
go
cool
on.
is that she has made a name for herself. Yes, you can say technically she's a titty streamer, technically, but I mean you gotta make it however you can. If doing that what got her the recognition that she has now. Now she does entertaining things. She does things on Twitch. She became part of VShojo. She was one of the founding members of VShojo. It's grown. It's like grown and waned and all that kind of stuff for a bit, but she's been a good businesswoman for her
Mm-hmm.
brand.
Yeah.
Her brand is the not innocent. She's not innocent. She doesn't hide the fact that she's on Chatterbait. Still, she doesn't hide any of that. She's like, all right, you guys can see me on my other streams.
Too.
What was that?
She makes videos talking about sex and sexual
Yeah.
topics.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, Twitch doesn't hide. Twitch it at the very least. Everyone knows it's like the worst kept secret. Twitch is not as puritanical as they want themselves to seem. Twitch absolutely loves titty streamers. And so do their mods. Their mods are known to be simps for titty streamers.
Yeah.
They're known to be simps for Amaranth and all those chicks. So Twitch can't hide that now. It's the worst kept secret out there, pretty much. So I mean, hey,
I mean, people complained about titty streamers, and what did Twitch do? They made a bathtub speeches
oh yeah,
a hot tub beaches and pools category.
yeah, because they know that's where the simps spend money. That's where everyone goes.
That's a fair argument. However,
I can't wait for the Naughty and Dazed hot tub stream.
Oh my god.
Yes, of course.
I already have shit set up for that. I have a hot tub and a little background.
I should get
Overall,
model. I should
totally
get a model
cool.
made of me with just pasties. Since as a dude I can't be in any kind of like swimwear apparently on Twitch, because it's like it's wrong for dudes to be in that, but women can do that all day long.
You could just wear a bikini. It's probably not that big a deal.
Yeah, it's like, am I a little tilted about that? Yes, I am, because like a guy should be able to wear a thong if he wants to.
You need more male VTubers with bulge physics. Also,
Yes.
Alex, are you watching stuff?
Am I watching? No, I'm not.
There's just sounds in the background for him.
Yeah.
For her.
Yeah.
Alex always has sounds in the background. It's something you get used to.
Well,
Yeah.
all I have to say is
I saw the life inside the
Yes.
That-
Um,
that's Plankton
Oh,
She
shit.
has
singing.
Jacksepticeye locked in her room.
Yeah.
for some reason, that reminded me of Clockwork Orange. I don't know why.
Your mom's a Clockwork Orange.
Don't watch that. By the way, if you're not ready for some heavy topics, don't watch Clockwork Orange. I just don't recommend
Clockwork
it.
Orange from Space Jam 2.
Really
Space
family
Jam
friendly.
DVD.
It is the
Don't-
most family-friendly Yarbles generator ever.
It's just like Happy Tree Friends. Let your kid put it on TV and walk away. You're fine.
You're fine.
It's not blood, it's cherry juice.
I can guarantee you that almost every kid that's watched like a movie in general when they were a baby is all like,
I don't know what's happening!
Well, I mean,
just
babies don't know what's
unconsensual
happening, yes.
wrestling.
Yes.
anybody get what that's from?
I actually do not.
Persona 4, the animation.
Oh, I didn't watch it. That's probably why.
It's Teddy. But anyway, but yeah,
Yeah, I don't know anything about Persona. I have sex.
What's that weeb shit?
The
I have a every time I start streaming, you guys are gonna be in my chat being like, "What is this weeb shit?"
Of course, yes. As we should, as
That's-
should
That's
always happen.
exactly what VTubers are known for. Decrying
post
other VTubers for being weebs.
We
Well, I
must
mean,
judge.
if you're being if you're being funny about it, then obviously, yeah.
We must
Yeah,
judge
I don't mind
others.
if you throw zingers my way. Just be accurate and funny.
Yeah,
Yes.
accurate.
Absolutely accurate and funny is the best way to be.
Yeah.
It's more funny when you're accurate.
That was also from Codename Kids Next Door.
But who was it? Can you take a wild
was-
guess?
That was number 5. I know
Yes.
Cree Summers' voice anywhere.
Well, who wouldn't? It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's Penny from Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm in a call full of Zoomers.
It's like I don't understand all this weeb shit. I'm gonna go and watch anime.
I don't think a single Zoomer would know who Cree Summers is.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think so either.
But do
Who?
you
He's
know
a
who?
millennial
do you know,
icon.
Do you know who Rurouni Kenshin is?
Who doesn't know that one?
A lot of people actually, because it was like
Oh,
a
that
90s
one?
anime, like early 90s anime. Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, the OVAs were way better than the anime.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Where's
well,
that
the OVAs were Samurai X, so that was a different whole. That was his Batosai arc.
Yeah, it was his backstory.
That's why it was called Samurai X, and then later it was Rurouni Kenshin because he wasn't a Rurouni yet, of course, in the Batosai arc. But I do like that the remake so far, they're keeping the same kind of humor, and I mean it's just a remake for a new audience. They're trying to bring in the 2023 audience because like Rurouni
Mhm.
Kenshin was made in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I think it was around there.
When was it originally done? The original TV running was in 1996. So it is 27 years old. The original TV airing is
Wait.
27 years old.
Yes,
So
I am.
yes, a lot of people would not know that. But then again, you would have I'm not did it ever run on Cartoon Network? Adult Swim?
I
I
have
don't know.
no
if-
idea. I was
know if it did-
5 when it started airing. I
But I
watched it
do-
when I was a teenager.
But I do know that it was in Best Buy. That was during the era
Love back in
when
the
you would
dot-com.
back in the old Forbidden days, where you would go to Best Buy and you would find a whole anime section on their DVD section. Back when they still sold DVDs and CDs, you'd find an anime section for all their DVDs, which is good.
Oh, physical media. How I miss thee, sort of.
Yes, sort of. I mean, it lasts longer in some cases than digital media because you have to worry about actually your shit going bad on digital media. Someone's going crazy with this freaking quack. I don't know what's going on here. It has devolved. It has devolved. I think it's because. Ah! It's just. We're just.
Emergency
oh
air
God.
horn.
Jesus Christ! It's the air horn. And the audience is.
No, I'm posting feet in chat. It's fine.
Posting feed in chat. Oh, thank you for posting feed in chat. It's needed. It ain't easy, but it's necessary.
It ain't easy being feety.
Oh, harder, Daddy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, pretty much.
Well then.
Sound effects. There we go.
Yeah. Anyway, I kind
I
of
love after finishing.
just remember,
How do you-
guys,
How do you come?
like this.
Yes.
Aren't you so glad you joined us, mistress?
I know. The menagerie that we are. Yes.
Yeah.
It was all intentional. It's all done. Yes.
Given what I know of Alex.
What happened? What'd you say?
Don't worry about it.
But I didn't even hear you. I don't even think the stream heard you.
No, I heard.
Oh
it.
God.
I didn't.
I know.
I basically expected it given what I know of Alex.
No. Well, yeah. Anyway. But yeah, thanks for that epic topic, even though it was
Absolutely.
ruptured with ducks.
I mean, we pretty much had it down for about 45 minutes, and then we moved on to
Yeah.
a few other topics.
I mean, yeah, we did pretty
Pretty good job.
good.
But aside from the Ductor mission, this has been a good podcast.
Yeah, this has been a good episode.
It has been. So-
We're all pretty busy, so that's why this podcast is going to be a tad bit short.
It's a good vibes checkpoint.
Yes, it's a
Yes.
good vibes checkpoint. As stated before, since we're now at the end of the podcast, since Matt has to go to his job working at the male strip club,
Absolutely.
yeah.
People like seeing unadulterated
Squirrel
direct
boy.
tail.
Yeah, squirrel boy.
So that explains the tie.
Yes.
Gotta hit up the ATM real quick.
Huh?
I gotta hit up the ATM real quick.
But yeah, thanks again, guys, for joining us on this episode of the Naughty and Dazed podcast. As always, our links to our not Discords, our Twitch, all of our Twitches except for Briley. She doesn't deserve it. That fabulous
her.
fiend.
They're too popular already. That's why.
Yeah, with their one viewer a day.
Dude.
Been there.
Yeah, been there. But
More
anyway,
like
What are you talking about, Alex? You are there.
I get 0 viewers sometimes, so that's all good.
yeah, but yeah, you guys know where to find us. For Briley, I will put a link in chat for that. But you can find her at Briley. That's your cue.
oh, I'm on YouTube at Mistress Briley.
Nice.
Yes, you can find her
Visit, of
there.
course.
I don't know if she streams on Twitch that often as much as YouTube, but
I don't stream on Twitch at all.
okay, then that
I'm a
sums it
fucking
up.
Platform.
Yeah. You can find her on YouTube, or you could check out her OnlyFans that I'm 100% sure that she probably has.
I just haven't posted anything there.
Oh, figured.
Ah, okay.
And again,
Now, is it wrong if I make an OnlyFans with just fans? Like, I review a fan every day?
I would pay for that. I would pay any amount of dollars just for them fan pics.
Just reviewing a fan a day.
you
Just
did
a
it.
different fan a day being reviewed.
You've won OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And then,
That was the secret the whole time.
then occasionally just for like the real kinky folk, you show like the interior parts of a fan.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you gotta make it not safe for work, so you just
Yeah.
take off like the encasing.
yeah.
Exactly.
It's just a death
Go
fan and a thong.
go deep inside the fan. Just
Yeah, like,
go
just
right
fucking,
deep
yeah,
inside.
just fucking rail it. Just,
Absolutely, that's what you do.
yeah, but
we now have weirded out everybody.
yeah,
So
we've
that-
now weirded out everybody.
Yes. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. But yeah, you guys know where to find us. The Discord is linked in the About section. You will also probably find our posts about our streams there. Mainly the Naughty and Dazed, and also everybody else that likes to stream.
Yes.
But you guys can find us there. And as always,
Yes. I am gonna go make content on the Matt Salvi gaming.
yeah, I was gonna stream Crab Champion.
Nice.
I'm going to make food because I am very hungry.
Well, too fucking bad.
I
You
got that.
unless you unless you
Hungry.
share.
No, no
Fuck.
share.
Hungry.
Anyway, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.